Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
The podcast world, once again, you've reached the Blind Tag, and my name is Big Dick Gideon, alongside, as always, Dante and Kryim of the Fallen Angels.
Hey.
Hi.
Kryim is fighting a bug.
He's got that cold that's going around.
Yeah,
I got some type of ick.
Yeah,
I got that
got
Barry
that,
White voice now.
the fucking plague that I hope he doesn't give to me.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's coming around. It's coming around, man.
so today is the 25th of January 2016, so it is the day after the Royal Rumble.
And the weekend, or actually the Monday after that tremendous snowstorm
Yes.
that we got here in New Jersey.
We got about 2 feet, 2.5 feet.
I would say 3.
Well, it wasn't 3 out there. Not when we were showing. It was about 2. 3 feet. People down south got 3 feet.
Oh, no. I think it's a little more than 2 feet.
No, it's 2 feet.
Yeah,
it only comes up to my knee. So
yeah. So it's about 2 feet, which is enough.
Nice,
by the way.
A lot of exercise.
Yeah, a lot of exercise, a lot of shoveling, which kind of fucking sucked. But the Royal Rumble itself was not a large card.
No.
But the matches took a while, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there was a match on there that I didn't enjoy.
No,
sure.
actually, I have to agree. All the matches were. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I could just watch this on Raw.
Yeah, no.
Type of.
There was pretty much every single match that I watched, I was entertained by.
Yeah, I mean, but the Royal Rumble is always a short pay-per-view as far as matches on the card.
Well, because the Rumble takes an hour. So
yeah, the Rumble takes about an hour.
yeah.
Here, wait, let me give you back your lung there.
Thanks.
There you go.
So the first one was a match that didn't really matter because
That was a dark match.
That was the dark match. It was on the pre-show. Mark Henry and Jack Swagger defeated Darren Young and Damian Sandow, the Dudley Boys, and the Ascension to get into the Rumble, which didn't matter because those two lasted about 2 seconds in the Rumble. So
it was nice to see Sandow actually doing something, although I missed the match because we were watching football.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that Titus O'Neil makes the Rumble, but his normal partner, Darren Young, is now teaming with Damian Sandow?
And
The
that's...
primetime players are gone again.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
they're gone again.
which is sad because they're comical. I like them.
They're funny when they can rehearse their bits when they're pre-recorded.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot talk on a live mic.
Titus is the better talker.
Titus is better, but they're great when they can pre-record their shit.
Mm-hmm.
But on a live mic, you hungry?
Yeah.
Did that come through on the mic?
I don't know.
My tummy is rumbling.
You hungry?
I am hungry.
But
do you need to leave us for a second to go grab something?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's why. It's because you have a tag team, and there's a bunch of great tag teams right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, not to mention, but we'll get to that in a second. But the opening match for the actual pay-per-view was Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. And these guys brought the fucking house down for 20 minutes. They beat the living shit out of each other. Okay?
They did.
Yeah.
They beat the living shit out of each other. It was a fantastic match. It was a last man standing match. Dean Ambrose went over. And I didn't want to be... It's good that they followed that with the New Day. Okay?
But real quick, back to the Ambrose and... I just blanked on
Kevin
his name.
Owens.
Kevin Owens.
You got it.
They're both ROH guys, correct?
What?
Is Dean Ambrose a Ring of Honor guy?
He might be.
Yeah.
I know it was John Moxley on the independent circuit.
So they may
possible.
have worked each other before.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's, I mean,
yeah, no, they did a lot of spots that you would normally do if you didn't trust the guy. So like,
Yeah.
it was clearly a great match. They knew what they were doing, and they. For 20 minutes, they were the opening match. For 20 fucking minutes, they beat the hell from each other.
yeah, it's like now call and now it's now follow that.
Yeah, like it. I didn't want to be the match that followed. Let's put it that way.
No,
Which was New Day.
Which was New Day.
And let's say something about the crowd. The crowd was hot last night.
Crowd was into it. They were in Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
which is right around the NXT place anyway, or you know. So there was a hot crowd who knew their wrestling and shit like that. They had a lot of smart marks, and they knew that they didn't want to be force fed.
No,
and I think everybody on the card knew that. I think Vince knew that, and they're like, okay, we got to fucking mix it up and make it really good. So, so Dean and Kevin Owens blew the top off the place right at the beginning. Then you had the New Day went over on the Usos, and this is one that we didn't expect, because we expected the Usos to go over because the Usos need the belts to be over.
Yeah.
And if you were watching that pay-per-view, you saw nobody was behind the Usos.
No.
Nobody. Because nobody cares. Because the New Day is so over. They're heels, but they're over as funny. Okay? And funny is always going to be over anything else.
We know that for sure,
Okay?
don't we?
Doesn't matter if you're a heel, doesn't matter if you're face. If you're funny, people are going to cheer for you regardless. So, if, when they brought out the trombone, the fucking whole crowd fucking popped, okay? And Xavier Woods knew exactly what to do with it when they were chanting him to play it, and he didn't, okay?
Yeah.
Getting over as the heel, okay? He knew exactly what he was doing. Good match. Solid match. Got a little sloppy towards the end because I think they were getting
Big E
excited.
was getting a little tired there. I had mentioned that to him. Like,
a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Getting a little sloppy, but mostly a solid match, and the New Day did go over. They're coming up on holding that title for a year because they had it since SummerSlam.
Yeah.
They're coming up on a year.
Well, it's January.
I mean,
it's 8 months
who do you
away.
give it to?
Huh?
Who do you give it to? If you're not going to put the Usos over at the Rumble, which tag team takes it from the New Day?
Ascension? No.
No.
Dudley Boys, maybe.
You put on the Dudleys, you could...
There is no other tag team that's that over right now. They're just not. They're just not.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. In my opinion, I don't know when they're going to get healthy, but Cesaro and Tyson Kidd could do it.
Yeah.
True.
Okay?
Yep.
I don't know. When they're both healthy, they can do it.
They could do it.
And they'll bring them both back as a tag team.
Absolutely.
It would be interesting to see what happens with this tag team of Darren Young and Damian Sandow.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be a thing.
I think it's just like as usual, like they do in the indies. Here, let's throw these guys together as a tag
We're
team
overbooked.
for this match. We're overbooked. We
Everybody
need to
in the
put
tag
them in.
match. Yeah. The following match was Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio.
With a run-in of the League of Nations, I believe. Right?
No, not on that one. Not on that one.
Nope.
There was only a run-in in the Rumble because they had the whole League of Nations attack.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
Yeah. But, again, solid match. I mean, these guys have worked each other a couple times now, and at least...
Kalisto is like the new Rey Mysterio.
I know.
He really is.
He's over.
Yeah.
Kalisto's over.
He doesn't kill anybody.
Oh, you had to go there.
Oh.
I mean...
But I think it'll go back and forth. I don't know if this feud will...
She's gonna sweep that under the rug, right? We're not even going to talk about it.
I don't know if this feud will carry to WrestleMania.
It's funny. You guys can admit at least it's funny. Everybody listening at home laugh.
It's funny. Yes, it's funny. Kryim is funny. He's a comedian, guys. He's funny.
Comedian.
All right.
He'll be your next gimmick. The comedian.
The comedian.
Do you
it's
think...
a big fucking joke.
Yeah. Do you think this will carry to WrestleMania?
What, the Kalisto Del Rio thing? It's possible.
Yeah.
Well, now that Kalisto has the belt.
title,
For the second time. I mean, I think they'll probably go back and forth. Why not?
Yeah. They're having good matches.
Yeah. I'm entertained.
Yeah. I'm not bored with it yet, so I wouldn't mind seeing them again. That lasted about 11 minutes, and then they had Charlotte and Becky Lynch go 11 minutes. And let me tell you, in that 11 minutes, they worked their fucking asses off.
I was very entertained with the ladies' match.
Yeah.
I have to say, the cheap heat with the kiss. I'm like, really?
It's Flair.
She is of age for Flair's attraction.
Yeah.
The light, the little beeping light on her palm has not started going off yet.
But it's Flair. Other than that, though, it was good. And Sasha Banks coming in at the end, I think...
the boss.
Because, you know what? Sasha needs to drop Team Bad. All they're doing is holding her back. That's it.
Yeah.
They're extra weight that she doesn't need.
Tamina is now being used as enhancement.
Tamina's enhancement, and no one cares about Naomi.
Yeah.
I have something to say about the end of that female match. Like, I thought everything was great.
Mm-hmm.
They finished the match the way
It was strong. It was strong.
Sasha come in, did exactly what Sasha do.
Yeah.
But then at the end, Sasha puts her in the bank statement for a good 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
About 30 seconds later, fucking Charlotte's back on her feet, not even holding her neck. Not selling.
And she's actually doing the reserved, like she always does after.
Yeah, a little hair whip. And I'm sorry, you were just put in somebody's finish.
Yeah.
For a good 10
she
seconds.
stretched her pretty far.
Well, Charlotte's very
nimble.
bendy.
I know, but still, to the layman,
that's
that
true.
was stretched.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, she should have sold that pretty fucking hard.
Or her back, or something. She didn't sell it
anything.
at all.
Yeah, she didn't really sell it, which is unfortunate. But but everything else was great. Becky Lynch wrestled her ass off. It's a shame that Becky Lynch isn't going to get the title.
She's going to get outshined by Sasha.
Yeah.
Yep. For now. You never know, because the belt could go to Sasha, and then there could be that...
Sasha's better. Oh, she's over, and she's a better wrestler. She just is.
You never know.
Becky Lynch, it's not that Becky Lynch is bad. Becky Lynch is very good. It's just Sasha's better. That's all. She's just a better worker, that's all.
There's going to be... They'll be probably trading belts between all four of the...
When Bayley comes up...
Think of the people that they've put the Divas belt on already.
Yeah.
Let me say that again if you didn't hear me. Think about who they've already put the Divas belt on, who really did not deserve to have a belt.
Sure.
So... there is that chance that she may, down the line, get it. Like if Bella gets it back or something.
Well, Nikki Bella will come back and she'll get her shot or whatever. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But the match was very good.
And you could tell they're going to set up for Mania, like maybe a four-way,
triple sweat or a four-way with Paige.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How great would that be?
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And of course we come to the Rumble. Now,
all right.
Obviously, this Rumble takes an hour.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Obviously, Roman Reigns was number one. Number two, you had Rusev. Okay, he lasted about 1:30.
which I was very surprised that he went out so quickly.
And then, of course, we come pretty much to the big reveal of the night, Mr. AJ Styles.
Yeah, that crowd
ate it up.
And the director needs to be fired.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The director needs to be fired because who pans on Roman Reigns' face when you should pan on the crowd?
Instead of giving the entrance or the crowd.
And you miss the entrance and you miss the video.
Yeah, you missed the video reveal. Yeah, you're on Roman Reigns' face.
Yeah.
The video reveal's happening.
Because you know what? From the viewer's point, all you saw was all of a sudden everybody in the crowd turned towards where the Titantron was. But we're looking at Roman Reigns' face, so in the hard cam, all you see is everybody looking. You're like, what are they fucking looking at? Like, what's going on? It's what's panning up there.
And it was terrible. It was terrible.
Well, that and there was other things that that were going on that the director, when he cut to certain things, you'd miss. He
missed a lot. The director missed a lot of shit in the Rumble. And to be fair, the Rumble's hard to cover. Okay, it's probably the hardest match that they do to cover because there's a lot of shit going on. Okay. But you don't miss big moves in the middle of the ring as a director. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I mean, if I was the director, Roman Reigns is getting the shit kicked out of him by the League of Nations on the outside. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you cut away to the ring if Kane's doing a power move.
Yeah.
Okay, you cut back when Rusev jumps on him on the table. Then you cut back to the ring, so you don't miss anything. I'm not even a fucking director, and I know how to do this shit, okay?
Well, look what happened when Stardust came out.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
He came out, ran to the ring. Oh, we're back on the fucking... They're just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, I just...
All right, so we had Tyler Breeze come in. Curtis Axel lasted a minute and 11 seconds. Yeah. Chris Jericho, man, and let me tell you...
It was a big old pop for Chris.
50 minutes. He lasted almost...
That's some serious cardio.
Yeah, well, especially with the little extra weight he's put on. Yeah.
Here's an observation that people have made. You know, they're like, oh, well, we have to conserve what's-his-name's energy. We had to conserve Roman Reigns' energy. He was number one, so we got to send him out, send him back in. Jericho was in about maybe 10 minutes less than him, and he was in the entire fucking time. Yeah. So a guy 45 years old, Chris Jericho's got better win than Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Work on your cardio.
Work on your cardio, son.
Yeah, work on your cardio because Chris Jericho's putting 50 minutes in.
He's putting time in.
And looking good doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't just sitting there. He was working.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was working.
He took a lot of... You saw him wrestling a lot on the side of the apron. But, I mean... Yeah, he worked his ass off. He took a lot of hard hits.
He made a lot of people look good.
Yep.
Okay. He
Well, that's why he's there. He's enhancement right now for a lot of guys. Okay, we got Kane.
Kane was in there for I expected Kane to last longer, and he got tossed by Braun Strowman like nobody's business.
Well, because Braun is Braun.
What they're trying to do is trying to build Braun up to be a monster because Braun also fucking eliminated Big Show.
Yeah, but then he gets bitched out by Brock Lesnar.
Kind of, because but then
Brock
they
Lesnar
came back in and went after Brock. So it was an even beatdown, kind of.
But Brock Lesnar literally eliminated the entire Wyatt family by himself.
Yes.
Like, come on. How much dick sucking do we need to be on Brock? Who we're gonna slurp his jock the entire fucking time? You had Braun Strowman eliminate Kane, Demon Kane, I guess I should say, and fucking Big Show in the matter of minutes.
Big Show.
And then you have Brock Lesnar bitch him out.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Anyway.
All right, so we had Kane, Goldust, Ryback. Kofi didn't disappoint.
Kofi, yeah. Well,
every year you're like, what is he going to do this time not to get knocked out?
On Big E's shoulders, he's drinking Coke and he's eating popcorn, which is hilarious.
And they're walking, he's running around. Okay, Titus.
R-Truth was great.
R-Truth spot of the night.
Yes.
Spot of the night. That comedy spot that he does, man.
God. R-Truth,
every time.
R-Truth came in with a ladder because he thought it was a ladder match, and he's like, "Where's the briefcase?" And then he gets tossed out by Kane.
Yeah,
okay,
it was
so
great.
good.
It was great, but it goes back to like the little Jimmy thing.
Yeah, funny.
He's just
easy always
for R-Truth.
He's such, and the thing is, we've met him when he used to work for cyberspace.
Oh, really?
And he was such a nice,
just a good
really
guy.
Down to earth, funny guy. Yeah. Like what you see out there is really who he is. It's not really.
He probably comes up with his own gimmick. They probably don't write for him. He's probably like, let me do this. This is probably funny.
The little Jimmy thing was all Vince's idea.
Really?
The whole thing was Vince's baby. He came up with it, and okay, we'll do it. And R-Truth is like, whatever you want me to do, Vince.
Yeah, well, whatever you want.
Money.
Pay me. Pay me, baby.
He's right there at Al Snow. Book me, pin me, pay me.
Wear polka dots, pink polka dots, whatever you want.
Whatever you want, baby.
Just give me an extra paycheck.
All right.
Titus, R-Truth.
Luke Harper.
Then Stardust, Big Show, Neville, and then you had Braun Strowman.
Yep. Big pop for Kevin Owens when he came dragging his
leg, selling it
out there.
Selling it.
Good. See, that's the thing. That's why he's there.
Yeah,
he may not be that perfect image of what they want, but he works it. He works it.
Dean came in. By the way, let's give some props to both Kevin Owens and especially Dean. I want to give props to Dean.
That poor guy.
He busts his ass on a 20-minute last man standing match in the beginning of the night, and then he lasts to the end of the fucking Rumble.
Yeah.
He put in how long? He put in a half hour.
Half hour extra. So that's almost an hour's worth of being in the ring. And you, Kryim, we've done shows where. You know, we go in and do a run-in, and then the next thing we're part of another angle, and you're working a battle royal for 20 minutes, and then our match is right after that because of shitty booking. Mm-hmm. But what was that? You guys were in that ring for a half hour, and is that the one where Cancer kind of booted it at the end?
Might have.
I think so. When he got hit. He booted it
outside
the ring.
Let's give it up to Dean for fucking just being a goddamn
Talk
workhorse.
About cardio.
Yeah. Just being a man fucking doing it.
Is it just me about Dean, or does he look like he's getting thinner?
he's getting more cut. He's more defined.
Right, but you can see he's actually lost a lot since especially since he went singles.
Yeah. I mean, he looks great.
Yeah.
He's over with the crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd loves him. I mean, the crowd, we'll get to that in a second. Hold on. So Sammy.
Oh, that was the big surprise of the night.
Sami Zayn comes in and...
thought he was going to throw out his shoulder again. He did that big arm whip. I'm like,
don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that no more. Yeah, he did the arm whip.
Does that mean he's now main roster?
Yeah.
I'd like to think so.
Sammy will be main roster.
Because he threw out fucking Kevin Owens, and they were doing a big old thing about that.
So that might start that feud then.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, fucking Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. All the fucking internet darlings are rubbing one out thinking about that match.
If I was Vince or Triple H, I guess, I don't know who does the booking, but if I was them, I'd make sure at least one of those guys has a title to have it on the line if they're going to do a WrestleMania. That's what I would do. But anyway, then he had Rowan,
Mark Henry.
Look, Braun Strowman. Yeah, I was right. Luke Harper, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan all got eliminated by Brock Lesnar. Like, come on, man. Like,
poor
anyway.
Jack Swagger, man.
Fucking
he
Jack.
Was 15 seconds. He was in and out. He was the shortest time in the.
Does anybody remember that he was a world champion? Like, nobody remembers that, Jack Swagger was world champion. Like, they gave him the belt and he had it for like a couple months.
Yeah.
He was like legit, like the dude. And and then he smoked pot while driving, and that was it. That's all she wrote.
Here's what I didn't know about the Royal Rumble, okay? And I've been a fan for a while. Is that in the rules, okay, obviously we all know the Royal Rumble, there's no DQ. Okay?
Which they kept saying over and over.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble, there's no DQ, which is fine. But I guess in the rules, you can be eliminated by people that have already been eliminated.
Yeah. It's that, past Rumbles, what was it, the Barbarian?
Yeah.
Oh, he got pissed, or I can't remember who it was. Was it Barbarian, another big guy, basically, he got dumped over?
Yeah.
And he said, screw that, and he just started tossing people over the top.
And that was legal.
The only way you can get eliminated is by going over the top rope. It doesn't matter how.
It doesn't matter who does it.
It doesn't matter who does it or how.
Yeah.
But
that just seems, I don't know.
And
I get it. It's great for the heels, but...
And you got to give props to Miz for not going straight in.
Miz,
he's always a
played
smart
the gimmick.
Always
played the gimmick. It was great. And Miz, when he got on that headset, I lost my shit. That shit was hilarious. Mm-hmm. He said the thing is he's not going to be remembered for it. Okay, because he said it, and I don't think anybody was paying attention. But he said, because Brock Lesnar's like, oh, I'm going to take you to Suplex City. And Miz is like, yeah, I'll take you down to Disneyland.
Yes, I did catch the Disneyland. I was like, that's awesome.
The most awesome place on this earth.
Yeah.
Okay? That shit was funny.
I liked when Bray Wyatt and Triple H were face-to-face there for a minute, and Triple H was like, I really don't want to have any problems with you. Triple H, actually, I'm kind of pissed that he was even in it, but there was that big rumor.
Don't jump the gun now.
You're jumping. You're jumping.
It's just the fact that he was in it.
Yeah.
There could have been a spot for somebody else.
Del Rio, then Bray, then Dolph, and then
Poor
Sheamus.
Dolph.
Yeah, poor Dolph.
Poor Dolph, yeah. And then Triple H. So, Triple H, when his music hit, I mean, all the fans went apeshit and everything like that.
I yawned.
But, it got to the end, and then the final four, you had Triple H, you had Sheamus, you had Roman, and then you had Dean, right? Mm-hmm. Those were the final four. And then, Roman Reigns eliminates Sheamus with a Superman punch. And then Roman Reigns gets dumped over by Triple H. Okay? Crowd goes wild. Okay? Because, and I think this is the reason, they know, because everybody expected Roman to go over.
Right.
Right? To be the tough guy and go over, and they thought well, that's not going to happen, apparently. Okay?
And now Ambrose doesn't have a title.
Well,
Ambrose was still like
IC champ.
Oh, is he
still?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were mentioning that.
So, you had Dean and Triple H in the fucking ring, and let me tell you something, okay? Dean is over as fuck. Mm-hmm. They wanted Ambrose so fucking bad.
And it could have worked that way because it would have been very easy because it was happening through the whole Rumble.
Yeah.
Roman could have very easily grabbed that rope at one point, and Triple H could have fallen over at any time when Ambrose does one of his clotheslines. Yeah. It could have been done. Yeah. And Ambrose could have gone over.
And the crowd would have eaten it.
But we can't do that because that's a good idea.
I think it would also been another great idea turn Ambrose heel.
Have him dump Roman over.
That's right. Rollins couldn't hack it. They chose me. Now I'm double champion. I'm better than Rollins. I'm better than you. Oh my God, you kidding me?
No, he's too much of a Pillman right now.
The thing is,
that's what they're doing. They're making the next Pillman.
Dean, to me, looking at it, Dean works better as a face than he does as a heel.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He's great on the mic, and he's a good worker, and he's a great... The reason why he's a great babyface is because he can take that beating. He's crazy.
He went an hour.
He's crazy, and he does the whole crazy thing. Well, not far from what he really is, from what I hear from Tony Myers, but
But they were going apeshit, and of course Triple H went over, for the title.
Oh look, the promoter put a belt on himself. Where have we seen that before?
Like, I just don't understand.
So
why.
Many different things could have gone on.
Here's the thing, and I was telling Kryim this earlier. I remember watching the YouTube video. It's called "Wrestling Isn't Wrestling." Okay, I forget who does it. Please forgive me if the artist somehow listens to my fucking podcast, our podcast. I forget your name, but it's a great fucking video. It's about a 25-minute video, okay? And explains, how wrestling isn't wrestling. It's really a show about wrestling. And
which we've actually mentioned about Raw compared to NXT.
But the main thing that is relevant in this context is that it follows Triple H's career. He decides to take one wrestler, okay? He follows Triple H's career from the 90s all the way to now. And it explains the character and explains his character development. And if you take that into account, he is 100% correct, and that's why Triple H went over last night, because of the character.
But if you go with the character and the history of Triple H with the McMahons, we're all waiting for that turn. Because, come on, he's left Steph sitting in a prison cell.
Yeah.
Is that right?
True. Yeah.
Right? He rolls it, like, when she starts getting very nasty and bitchy, he kind of, like, shuts it out, like, When Vince kind of goes a little crazy, he's like, easy old man. Yeah. So I could see maybe eventually down the line, if they really, really want to stir shit up now and do that whole big takeover gimmick, they should actually try to do a split where, Triple H goes back doing the whole DX anti-authority gimmick against the McMahons. I think it would be a really great idea.
I think he's too old for it. To be quite honest with you, I think he's too old to do the DX thing.
But
now.
no. You get the next gen. He would be like.
He'd be like that weird uncle that you want to drink beer with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't fit.
Don't turn him into Flair.
Don't do. Yeah, they did it with. Have you looked? Did you see all the gray in Triple H's beard last night? I'm like, wow, he's looking a little saggy and old.
I would say this, okay, but by the way, watch the YouTube video. It's called "Wrestling Isn't Wrestling," but he basically says because he has such an inferiority complex, okay. He constantly will take the title. That's why he's a 14-time title holder. 14 times? That's retarded.
Mark.
Okay.
Belt mark.
Why? Why does he need it? He doesn't need it. He's okay. I don't think anybody at this table will deny that Triple H is going to go in the Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's
he's
a
going to
given.
go.
That's a given.
Okay, so
he deserves it.
He doesn't need it, but he keeps giving it to himself because he needs to prove to himself that he's just as good as all the other Hall of Famers. When in reality, he's not.
I can't tell you. I could probably mention 3 matches that Triple H has probably had that were memorable. Yeah. One of which was Mick Foley in the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, but that was with Mick Foley.
Yep.
And look, if you want me, I can't name on one hand fucking 5 Triple H matches.
And this is not to say that he's not very good. He is very good. He's just not as good as the really good guys.
The character that he does
is good.
Is great.
But that's what I'm talking about. The character development.
Wrestling part.
That's why the character Triple H hated the character Daniel Bryan.
Because Daniel is better than him.
Because when he looks at Daniel Bryan, he sees a guy who's not good enough. He sees Triple H. It's an inferiority complex within the character. Mm. It's actually very good storytelling, okay? Yeah. But it's also sort of a pain in the ass now because as a I guess you could call me a smart fan or a smart mark. I don't know.
At this point, you're hitting smart mark level.
But
you do a podcast about wrestling.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, I don't want to see Triple H as champion. Well, like, it's boring. That's boring to me.
Here's the thing. If you're going to take the belt off of Roman Reigns and you're going to put him in a feud with somebody, you could have taken anybody in that Rumble, put the belt on them, and it would have been more interesting to see where they're going with. You could put the belt on Mark Henry, and you'd be like, okay, why?
Like, okay, let's see you got me. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, like, fuck, I never saw that coming. Yeah. Put the belt on Jack Swagger, same thing. Wouldn't see that coming.
It equals lazy writing and lazy booking.
You could have put the belt on anybody. I mean, minus Sheamus. I don't think anybody would have liked Sheamus going over.
No,
but you could have put the belt. You're right. Literally on almost anyone in that Rumble.
Here, you could do this. You could have done this. You could have fucking booked Bray Wyatt to go over. Here comes Bray Wyatt gets the fucking belt, right? Now you got fucking Brock Lesnar who's pissed off Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt's got the title. So now you get set up a Bray Wyatt fucking Brock Lesnar match at fucking Mania,
or even put it on Braun.
Yeah,
somehow
it would have worked. It would have worked.
Braun and Lesnar.
Yeah.
Well, no,
who's leading that match?
I know it'd be the blind leading the blind, but still, it wouldn't be the first time that we see matches like that.
Put the belt on Bray. Bray Wyatt fucking having a promo war with fucking Paul Heyman. You're doing it anyway.
I think
it's coming.
I think Bray Wyatt is going to be that constantly underused talent, and he's just going to go away. I think we need to accept that.
You're probably right.
He's never going to get the push that we think he deserves. And the thing is, there was a comment on a forum I was reading. Someone made a good point. Bray Wyatt is still very young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he probably has, if he stays healthy, about 15 years left in this business. Okay, so yeah, he's going to lose some high-profile matches.
Look at it this way: when Undertaker first came out, he was not the level of what he ended up being.
No, of course not.
The same thing could very well happen with Bray Wyatt and the family. Right now, it could be, we're trudging along, and who knows, by the end of this year, he may be at that point where it's the elaborate ceremony, and this person's been kidnapped, like the old gimmicks that they used to do.
The reason I tend to agree with the person, I was agreeing with my own thoughts, I guess, with that he's not ever gonna get the push we think he deserves, is because there's a lot of young talent coming up now. There's AJ Styles, you got the Bullet Club, Finn Balor's got to come up still. You have all this great young talent coming up, and I think Bray Wyatt's going to get lost in the shuffle, unfortunately, because he's the talent that never was. He's going to be the talent that just never got the push.
So like Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he's going to be another Dolph. He might win an IC championship, but he's just never going to get the push we think he deserves. Probably because there's so much new talent under him now.
Which is terrible, because...
It is terrible, because he's probably the best mic worker in the fucking...
I'll say one of, yeah.
I mean...
There's a few of them that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of them that can work the mic, but look...
Like The Miz.
The Miz can work the mic, Bray, and I would... Obviously, he's Heyman,
Jericho.
Jericho.
He's only
he's getting old, yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's one of the great mic workers, and he can work in the ring, he's got a gimmick that's over.
Yeah, all the guys from New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can all work. It's just he's never going to get the push that we think he did. We just need to accept it. It's never going to happen.
Speaking of accepting things, it seems that Daniel Bryant finally found a doctor from UCLA that has cleared him to wrestle, and I think it's a huge mistake.
Terrible.
Huge mistake.
That doctor should be fired. Seriously, that doctor should lose his fucking license.
But I also feel I understand Daniel's passion and need to be in the business, to feel the bump in the ring, to be there and hear the crowd, and just that energy. It becomes an addiction for some guys, and I could see seeing his wife out there working and his friends out there working, and he's got to just sit there and watch. And it's
got to be maddening, absolutely.
It is,
especially because he's a relatively young guy.
I mean, because he's kind of like the mentality of the guys that's still like Sheiky. The guy can't walk, but he's still doing shows. Greg the Hammer Valentine is like, dude, hang it up. But and that's what I don't want to see Daniel ending up like those guys at such a young age already.
Doing $50 at a fucking high school. Yeah.
No. At the end of the day, I know he wants it.
School.
It's
be
not
a trainer.
worth your life.
No.
Yeah.
Don't end up like Draws.
Don't end up like Draws, man. It's not worth your life because one bad bump and you're done, man.
That's it.
You're like done. You ain't walking
we
anymore.
We know people in the indies who have had their necks broken, and I mean, God, how many people do we know who still work with injuries when they shouldn't even be working?
Yeah, I mean, I look, I understand and respect his need and want to be in the ring.
Yep.
But if you're risking the ability to walk, the ability to hold your own child when you have one, then you know what? You don't need to be in front of the crowd. Be a trainer at NXT.
Be a trainer.
Be a trainer. Go down to fucking Florida.
Who wouldn't listen to you at NXT?
Are you kidding me?
Who wouldn't listen to Daniel Bryan?
Are you kidding? Fucking for real?
Yeah.
Go back to ROH and be a trainer, and oh my God, and he can run that thing and make it into something even bigger than what it really is.
True, but you know he'd be making bigger money doing NXT.
But if they don't give him that spot, there's always somewhere for him to
Someone's
go.
Someone's going to hire
Somebody
Daniel
will
Bryan.
be like,
yeah.
I mean, come on, even TNA. If I know it's struggling, but they would grab him because he's still very, very hot.
Yeah, but they'd run him into the ground. See, that's what I worry about. I want him to be healthy and TNA be like, sure, you want to wrestle for us, no problem. Yeah. And
well, they don't have many shows right now, so I don't know how they'd be working him into the ground.
At the end of the day, okay, and I know he doesn't listen to this podcast, but if he ever does...
Oh, I know he does.
Okay?
I can send it to him. Would you like me to send it to him?
I know he does.
At the end of the day, I'm a huge fan of your work. You're a great worker. But Daniel, it's not fucking worth it, man. You're gonna get hurt. At the very least, you're gonna get hurt. At the worst,
especially the way they
you're not gonna be able to walk. Okay?
It's almost like they purposely went and broke him twice.
Yeah,
as soon as he got those belts, each time they worked him so hard with 3 times a night, fighting 6 guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what they did with Roman Reigns. It's any guy that's over that they don't like. They reluctantly put them in the spot, they put the belts on them, and then they work the fuck out of them until they're broken.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what happened to Seth Rollins. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody there really didn't like him, and that's why they worked them into the ground.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins doesn't have a knee anymore.
No,
poor
because
Seth
why?
will never be the same.
Well,
he will never be the same.
He might not wrestle the same anymore, yeah.
He'll
never be like Austin with the huge mechanical knee brace.
I don't. He tore everything in his knee that you could tear. Like, I don't.
Might as well just put a new one in.
Yeah, right?
Get a new kneecap, yeah.
Just get something new. But, like I said, I don't want Daniel to get hurt. I'd rather him come on, like, maybe come out at WrestleMania and retire at WrestleMania. I think that'd be cool.
Look, I'd be okay with them doing, like, one retirement match, WrestleMania, retire, and then, you go down to NXT, and you know what? You're now on NXT shows. Like, not I'm saying, like, the backstage stuff. That's right, you're the coach of fucking NXT. Who wouldn't want to be fucking taught by Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
The handler, the talent guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, are you kidding me? I'd love to fucking learn how to shoot from fucking Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Go down there with Daniel Bryan. You got fucking William Regal.
Jesus.
Judo Gene LaBelle.
Yeah. So, that's where we're at. But... you do have a match coming up, correct?
I do. I'm trying to stay healthy for it, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to work for me.
It's all right. It might work in your favor if you cough all over Kentucky bread there.
Just spit up my lung butter on them.
That's disgusting.
They're not very clean to begin with, and they're afraid of heights. So
That's true.
We know that from the last time we
go ahead, tell me about your match.
We're defending the SWF Tag Team titles on the 29th, this Friday, in Avenel, New Jersey, the Columbian Club.
Bell time 8:00. Doors open at 7.
We're gonna be. It's gonna be me and my brother Cancer, whooping on some Kentucky bread.
The boyos.
Yeah, we're gonna show them what the deal is.
Those heathens.
Yeah,
the godless heathens.
and their proud ways.
I don't know. They are from Kentucky. That is right in the Bible Belt.
The Bible Belt. You gotta give them the real religion.
They're mountain folk.
Religion.
They worship fucking trees out there. So
I don't know. That doesn't seem true.
I can get them in touch with a sin eater. I know one.
But yeah, so that should be good. And I think that's all we got for today.
Is there any?
we'll watch Raw. We'll watch Raw.
I am actually interested to see what's going to happen. Because I am curious to see like how they're going to play this, how they're going to spin it.
I'm interested to see how they use AJ Styles tonight.
Yeah, which they are.
Yeah,
they're going to. So.
Oh.
What?
Any thoughts on yesterday's football games?
Go Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers whooped the shit.
Panthers took a shit on the Cardinals.
Cardinals was like,
The Cardinals were the second seed.
They were the second seed. They weren't. Cardinals aren't chumps. It's just that the Carolina Panthers are that good.
The thing that got me was the first game.
Oh, yeah,
New
the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Broncos. Yeah, I mean, you know.
I'm just happy no more Tom.
No more
not
Tom.
another one with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
He's got 4. He doesn't need
Carolina Panthers, man.
They're that good.
I don't see anybody stopping them.
in the locker room.
Well, you know, the Broncos. Here's the thing, okay? If you want to beat the Panthers, okay, now I'm a huge New York Giants fan, so what do the New York Giants do most of the time? Not this year, but most of the time, better than any other team. They rush the passer, okay? That's what the New York Giants do. If you put Cam Newton on his ass, you're going to win, okay? Now, Carolina has a great defense, but Denver's is even better, okay? If you can put Cam Newton on his ass, you will win, okay? If you cannot do that, you're going to fucking lose, okay? Because what sucks is that you're not teeing off on Tom Brady, okay? Because Tom Brady's not going to run away from you, okay? Cam can run.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was Denver, I'd make sure I'm getting pressure up front, okay, to push Cam Newton back, and then have my DNs take care of him. You got to get that pressure up front, because if you don't get that pressure up front, he's just going to run away.
See, folks, not only do we know wrestling, we know football too.
True.
True statement.
It's true.
It is.
I think Big Dick's calling the Super Bowl score as like 53-0.
No, I'm not saying that.
I think that's what he thinks.
I'm not saying that, but it should be a good Super Bowl. But
I will say that if Peyton Manning wins this Super Bowl, he retires.
Probably.
He should. Maybe that's why he's trying to do this one last.
Yeah.
Which would be nice to go out on top.
It always is. You do
know.
the John Elway.
John Elway.
2 Super Bowls. See you later. Yeah.
I retired with my tag team holding 3 tag titles, so
Strahan
went out on top.
Yeah.
But
and now he's on a show.
But that's all we got for this week, folks. Thanks for dropping in. And for Kryim and for Dante, I'm Big Dick Gideon, and we will talk to you all next week.
Send me meds. Send me meds.
I don't know.